This is the AirPods Pro. It is finally available in Malaysia for the price of 1,099 ringgit, which is technically quite reasonably priced if you compare to other noise-cancelling earphones, but it is also one of the most expensive wireless earbuds that you get out there. So I've been using this for over a month now. I got mine from Singapore last month, and basically I'm not supposed to post this during my purchase because it was not launched here in Malaysia yet, but here you go. Here's my thoughts about it after using it for a month. So what's so great about the AirPods Pro over the standard AirPods?
And as usual, we are going to do a microphone sound test on the AirPods Pro, just like how we do it on any other wireless earbuds out there. So this is how the microphone sounds like over a voice call that is made through the AirPods Pro. I hope that is good because I'm actually standing outside the office balcony where there's background noise with cars and motorcycles moving. So this is how it sounds like. Comment down below if you think it's good or it sucks, because we're going to compare it against the AirPods second generation. And here you go. Here you go, AirPods second generation voice call sound test. This is how it sounds like on the AirPods second generation. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if it sounds better than the AirPods Pro or it sounds worse. Just let me know in the comments, and we are getting back to the review.
Now, of course, you guys know the best thing about it is that now it comes with noise cancellation, hence it earned the Pro name. But there are a couple of things that I would like to mention here. Now, first of all, let's talk about the case. Now, this is obviously a larger battery case than the standard AirPods, as you can see. But in terms of aesthetics, they're pretty much the same. It's just slightly lengthier and taller. It's just like as if the older AirPods case has been pressed down to make it flatter. Basically, this is how it looks like. This is the AirPods Pro's casing, and it offers up to 24 hours of charge. And every time when you listen on noise cancellation, it could last up to 4.5 hours per charge. Apple is also saying that it could have a 1-hour listening time when you charge it for 10 minutes, which is actually rather impressive for this kind of earbuds. All right, so let's talk about the aesthetic of the earbuds itself. We've talked about the case, and here goes the earbuds. All right, this is how the AirPods Pro looks like, and this is how the standard AirPods looks like. So you can see that the stem, this stick around here, the stem of the AirPods Pro is noticeably shorter than it, and I'm actually glad that Apple has implemented a press technology here. Basically, you just squeeze on the stem to turn on and off noise cancellation, switch to transparency mode, which I'll talk about it later, and of course to change your tracks and of course answer your phone calls. As compared to the original AirPods, you just gotta tap on it, which can sometimes be a little finicky because as you tap on it, the old AirPods might actually drop out of your ear, which is not necessarily a good thing. Now I'm going to put on both the AirPods Pro and the old AirPods on my ear. So this is going to the right and this is going to the left. Now, as you can see that the old AirPods has a stick that sticks to the end of your ear here, which can kind of feel uncomfortable at times as you are running or you're walking. It's not the most comfortable earbuds that you will want to wear. But as compared to the AirPods Pro, you can realize that the stem is noticeably shorter than the AirPods so that it doesn't touch to your skin here. So you know what? It's extremely comfortable when you put on the AirPods Pro when you compare to the AirPods. Now, if you happen to check out the AirPods Pro on Apple's website, you do find out that Apple has tried extremely hard to explain how its active noise cancellation technology works. That's of course all thanks to the H1 chip that is inside that not only manages the wireless connectivity, but it also manages the noise cancellation processing. All right, so there's basically two microphones that's built right into this black color part over here, which they call it an inward and outward microphone. So the outward microphone detects external noise and uses a anti-noise thing to counter it so that it cancels external noise. And it also has an inward mic which detects noise that is going into your ear, and it combats it with anti-noise as well and cancels noise. And best of all, this thing actually detects the geometry of your ear, which means it detects our ear shape, how, you know, there's like mountain hill shapes kind of thing inside your ear. So basically the surface of our ear is not flat, but there's basically curves and so on. So it detects that, and it detects the sound that's going in, and it cancels out noise. That's why they call it, this is the best active noise cancellation earphone that they have ever made. And you know what? It really does a good job in terms of that. Let me tell you why. Now, first of all, when you put on the AirPods Pro into your ear, noise cancellation is enabled on the first time. And of course, you can still hear some ambient noise like people talking or people banging over the table. That's pretty common on most noise cancellation earphones out there. But once music starts playing, the microphones will start to work. And Apple says that it does 200 times of noise cancellation in a second, which is darn impressive. So every second your music is playing, the H1 processor is cancelling noise 200 times. That's really a lot. So as soon as you start playing music on the AirPods Pro, the microphones will start getting to work immediately and starts cancel noise 200 times in a second, and you really can't hear anything that's outside. Only maybe just a tiny bit of sound, like for example the airplane's turbine or maybe the train tracks that's screeching, but very minimal. It's really impressive. The AirPods Pro has a feature called Adaptive EQ. Now what it does here is that it detects the type of music that you're listening, and it goes through the amplifier, the H1 chip, and the inward microphone that detects the geometry of your ear to decide the exact and correct sound signature that you should be listening on your music. Now, on that part, I do realize it's kind of partially true because Apple did say that it tends to deliver richer sound. Yes, that's true. It does have a richer sound as compared to the original AirPods and other earphones that I've ever heard. It's definitely one of the best sounding wireless earbuds that I've ever heard. But when it comes to the low frequencies, that's where I kind of disagree with one of its selling points when it's mentioned on Apple's website. So the bass part is clear, it's not distorted. Even when you're playing really bassy music on the AirPods Pro, it just delivers bass in a very mellow way. It's just not strong enough that, you know, as a bass head, you don't really find it like, you don't find the immersiveness when you're listening to bass. And especially when you're watching movies, that's really not too immersive at all. I personally feel that. I feel that the bass levels could be better, and I do really hope that there is a way that I could manually tune the EQ to make the bass to sound better. I mean, that's the thing. The AirPods has never intended to be an earbud that delivers extremely great sound quality, but all it wants to do is to deliver a very balanced sound signature that will keep you listening for a very long time. So yeah, if you're a bass head, the AirPods Pro are definitely not for you. One of the best features of the AirPods Pro is definitely the force sensor that is built right onto the earbuds. Now, as I mentioned earlier on, as compared to the older AirPods, this eliminates the chances of your earbuds dropping off if you're tapping on it, and I definitely do not like the tap idea because it kind of like taps and forces into your ear. So I really welcome the force sensor. Now, basically, it works pretty much like force touch on your phone. So you gotta press hard enough in order to change modes into transparency mode, noise cancellation, or it'll turn off the two of them. Or otherwise, you can press one time to answer incoming phone calls, press twice to change tracks, press thrice to go back to the previous track, and press once to pause your music playback. It's just pretty simple, just press. Now you can control the features of the AirPods Pro through the Bluetooth settings of your iPhone, which is unfortunately not available on Android, because if you want to do so, you got to do it on either an iOS device or a MacBook. So you get this new section called Noise Control, where you can change between the two modes and turn them off entirely. And you can change the press and hold AirPods control, whether the left and right, whether you want to do Siri or you want to do noise control, which is a great thing. And finally, there's this thing called the ear tip fit test. All right, so this is a extremely useful feature that will determine whether you are putting the right ear tips onto your AirPods Pro. Apple does provide 3 of them in the box, so that's great anywhere. And unfortunately, those are not the typical ear tips that you can get in audio stores, because the size is definitely different from your typical earbuds. So I'm going to show you how it works. So I put on my earpods now, my AirPods Pro now, sorry, not earpods. And when I press continue, there's going to be this play button over here. It's going to play a short tune to decide whether there's any audio leaks from the earbuds. And there you go, it is a good seal, which means I'm actually putting the right ear tips onto the AirPods Pro. So yep, that's pretty much the features of the AirPods Pro on your iPhone. You can only do it on an iOS device or a MacBook, but unfortunately, no luck for Android users. Now let's talk about transparency mode, which is technically the ambient sound mode of the AirPods Pro, and I think it is the best that Apple has ever done as compared to any other headphone manufacturers out there. So you may have heard the term ambient sound control on Sony's WH-1000X Mark III. So basically what it does is that it kind of takes in background sound into the external microphone and plays it into your ear. Now, that is a really great feature if you temporarily want to hear flight announcements or your colleague talking to you, and otherwise other surroundings that wouldn't get you totally immersed in your music without losing concentration. Now, the thing about those features on other headphones is that when sound goes in through the earbuds, it just feels that someone is talking through a microphone. There is an echo effect and there is a latency that I don't really like when I enable that ambient sound mode. It's not really great. But whereas when I put on the AirPods Pro and I have transparency mode turned on, which is what I'm in right now, I can simply feel that I'm not wearing any earbuds at all, and background noise just comes in through my ear extremely naturally without feeling that it is recorded through a microphone. You do realize that. I mean, try out any headphones out there, you will realize that the background noise is recorded right into your ear as if they are recorded through a microphone and they are playing like through an audio player. So the AirPods Pro's transparency mode is something that nobody is able to compete out there. I really think that is really the best ambient sound control of any noise cancellation earbuds that I've ever heard. So, is the AirPods Pro a worthy investment over a standard pair of AirPods and any other noise cancellation earbuds? Well, I would say yes for the features and connectivity it has, because this is something that you can't get on any other wireless earbuds out there. And if you're already in the Apple ecosystem, there's really no reason to consider this over the standard AirPods, because it sounds way better and it also feels extremely comfortable in your ears that you just can't do it on the standard AirPods. So yeah, it's a recommended purchase, go for it. That's pretty much about my thoughts and review about the AirPods Pro. Stay tuned for more videos just like this and any other gadget reviews coming up at KLGadgetTV. Subscribe to us, give us a thumbs up, and follow us on social media. I'm Warren with KLGadgetTV. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next round.